Hey, welcome back to NewZeroland. It's been a long time since I've done a motorcycle review, but here I am with Evoke motorcycles in Wellington. So let's go test ride them, see what they're like. Alright, I'm super excited because I'm gonna ride an Evoke today. Never even seen one in person. Now I'm gonna ride one. This is the, what is this called? The city one. Urban something. So if you've been watching my channel recently, you've probably seen that Jen and I are completely obsessed with Yamaha R3s. They're so lightweight and they're really fun to ride, and just like the power to weight is a blast. I said in one of my videos, I really wish that the R3 was electric, that we had an option that was a lightweight electric kind of sporty bike, you know, and it doesn't really exist. So yeah, I feel like this is as close as you can get to an electric R3. Price-wise, it's still pretty expensive. I think it's like, I think he said 18 grand New Zealand, which is a lot of money. You can get an R6 for that much. But I met somebody who imported a Zero FXE and he let me ride it and it was awesome. That one it cost him 26 grand. And so this one is a whole heap a lot cheaper than that. So the Evoke has a hub motor, which it just depends how you feel about hub motors. I'm not really a fan. They are really smooth. They have this distinct characteristic of just being really, really smooth and quiet. There's no noise coming from it, which is kind of cool. Apparently you can go on the highway with this. It goes highway speed. I think I read 130 kilometers per hour, which is perfectly fine. And yeah, 8 kilowatts doesn't sound like that much power, especially coming from the Energica that has 126 kilowatts. Here's how much that is in horsepower compared. Quite a big difference. But the lightweightness of this is just so much fun. Even though it's not much power, you feel it. It's hard to know what kind of range this would get because it doesn't have a range estimate on the dash. It doesn't have a guessometer. It just has like battery bars that slowly disappear. But I mean, I'm guessing it's similar to a Zero S, which is probably, I don't know, around town, 150 Ks, probably pretty easily. With a 10 kilowatt hour pack, probably doable for commuting. And that's kind of what I feel these bikes are for. Like, I had a chat with the dudes at Scooterazzi or Motorazzi, whatever they're called now. Obviously they're full-on petrol heads, but they see the appeal of, you know, commuting on electric, and then you have your gas bike on the weekends. Put all the miles on one of these instead of your precious Ducati. Save that for the weekends. That's kind of the idea around these, I think. So charging, I think you said this one has 2 chargers? Either that or one big charger, and it's got a 3.6 kilowatt charger with a J port on the back, which is kind of strange. He mentioned swapping a Type 2 port onto it, and that makes more sense in New Zealand, but I mean, everybody has Nissan Leafs here, so it also kind of works that that you can have a J port. 0 to 60! Okay, I'm going 60 already. Okay, that was fast. I mean doable. I mean, like, I don't know. I'm so used to just freaking super bikes that, like, it just doesn't, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. It's hard to go back down to a normal bike. But really, I mean, I was keeping up with traffic and stuff. I'm going pretty fast, so, I mean, if you can break the speed limit, then your bike's fast enough, right? So, I don't know. Compared to the Super Soco, this is noticeably faster. Yeah, the brakes aren't very good. One weird thing about the brakes is that as soon as you touch a brake, it kills the power to the motor. So you feel kind of this lurchiness. The brakes killing the throttle is more annoying than I expected. Because you'd think that when you brake, you want to combine the regen of the motor to slow you down, but since you don't, it's like the regen completely stops working. And you're just braking. I don't know, it doesn't feel like the regen is still working. It just feels like the motor cuts out. Yeah, that's my one kind of complaint about this bike is the brakes. Peter was telling me the story about the guys that started this Evoke company. It was just some guys working at Foxconn in China, and they really wanted to commute to work on electric bikes, and so they ended up just building their own. But since there were 3 guys, and they only built one bike, and so they're like, well, the other guys want to ride too, so they built 2 more. And then they get to work and they park all their 3 electric bikes there, and somebody at work is like, hey, this is really cool, I want 10 of these. And then it just kind of went from there. Kind of cool story, just, you know, some passionate dudes making electric bikes. And honestly, I didn't really expect to like this bike, to enjoy riding it as much as I do right now. I don't know, it's a strange one, because like the handling and the get up and go. All right, I'm already going over the speed limit. There's a kitten on the dash. Yeah, it's just it's so fun to ride. Like really flickable because it weighs nothing. And oh man, this is great. This is really great. Whole lot of kittens. See, now I'm curious if any tuners out there want to like drop in a bigger controller or something, kind of like Surons. You know, people, there's like the whole aftermarket community have like embraced the Surons, and I wonder if people are gonna pick up Evokes and, you know, crank up the power, because then this would really be an electric R3, or I mean, this one is kind of like an MT-03 but electric. That would be amazing. That's all I'm saying. Any electric tuners out there, this is the bike. Yeah, size-wise, it feels really good. Like it's a short seat, but it doesn't feel like you're not like bunched up in the knees at all. It just feels like a great city bike. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't heard that many good reviews about this bike, and so I really had no interest in riding it. But I really wanted to meet Peter and, you know, find out what they're doing, because any more affordable electric motorcycle options in New Zealand, I'm all about. Because right now we have Super Soco TC Max, and then nothing else really, nothing above that. They stopped selling live wires, and I mean live wires were like 50 grand in New Zealand. You know, other high-end bikes like Energicas and Zeros. Yo, got the nod. Those have to be privately imported. As of now, there still aren't any dealers in New Zealand, so this is pretty exciting. Wow, such a nice day. There's a cyclone coming in like 2 days, or 2 months ago, whenever I uploaded this video, there was a cyclone in the past, and just so happened to pick the perfect day to go on a test ride. But yeah, anyway, I haven't shot a review video in a long time, and I kind of forgot how to do it, and I'm not that good at talking, so hopefully I said something even vaguely useful or informative about this bike. I really like it, actually. It's a really fun little commuter. So, is this the electric Yamaha R3 I've been searching for? No. It has 1/4 the power, the top speed is not even close. The range is, yeah. So honestly, it's more like an R15 for R6 money, which is really hard to justify. But I won't give the company a hard time because they're still starting out, and it was pretty fun to ride. And at the moment, this is the only full-size electric motorcycle you can buy brand new in New Zealand. So I hope Evoke does well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.